It's the Game of the Show.
So the Plowshares is your favorite card. It's a great card. It's actually very close to Philia. If your pack wouldn't pick winning a white card. They're both excellent. I think Swords fits into like slightly more decks, right? You're gonna be like a control deck or a combo deck, and like Philia, you kind of want to be attacking. But usually you want to be attacking if you're in white anyway. Yeah, they're both just excellent. No more Midnight Burritos. No more Midnight Burritos. I've eaten so many salads this year. It might match like all of the salads I've had in the entire rest of my life combined. What do you do with this shit? You could just take a Thraben. Jace appeals to me a little bit more than that. Do I need to already resize the wedding band? Yeah, right? Maybe if I keep on losing weight. It might actually just not be able to be resized, too. Because we had it, it's petrified wood, so, like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like a super easy thing to resize. Oh, here's some interesting cards. I'm probably supposed to grab the stock up at the Scalding Time, but I kind of want to draft Emrakul. I always want to draft Emrakul. I'm just never passing an Emrakul. Why would I do that? One of your favorite bands? Great band. Really fun energy. Great politics. Sounds like buy a new ring. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if there's like an insert that you can put it to the center of it. I could also just like gain weight, right? Just gain the 50 pounds back. Easy. Wear it on a chain as a necklace. Yeah. Could do. And having to buy new clothes too. You'll stay fat, thank you. Yeah, I think the idea is that you end up making it back in like fewer medical bills in like the deep future. Heart issues and all that. It is certainly not all upside, though. So I'd grab that Philia. Containment Priest would play pretty well with it. I kind of dig Tidebinder. How much to shave the beard? More than you got, nerd. All these control cards, and then Eureka. Kind of looking like a regular blue-eye control here. They're going to be so surprised when we sneak attack them. Could be a beard ring. Yeah, I don't hate that. Not much longer before that's just, like, doable. Enter, like, my pirate era. If it's ever a stip, it'll be in the overlay, like right around where I have it, day 66. I put the stips in there when I'm doing one. Interesting pack. 2 red duels. And then there's Ocelot Pride, Strip Mine. A lot of solid cards here. I think I'm going to grab this Ocelot Pride. Card is annoyingly good. Doesn't super fit these sweepers, but I don't have to play the sweepers. Yeah, what if I'm mono white? That tasted gross in my mouth to say. I think I'm supposed to grab the Tundra. The only other option here is like the Winds. Just not that exciting. Think about Ponder, Flash, Eagles. Narset, Council's Judgment, Caracas. Let's get that Caracas, One nice thing about Narset is that it's very good against decks that the sweepers are bad against. But Caracas is pretty free. Fractured. Oh my god, right next to the sneak attack. Ah! Fractured's too good here to pass, right? It's too good to pass. Alright, get out of here, Emrakul. Woodfall Primus is a great card to flash in. We're gonna grab Mystical, though, and just, like, have our flash more often. And count on finding other things. Maybe Sneak Wheels. I don't think there's gonna be enough cards in the pack for Sneak to Wheel. It'd be, like, one of, like, the last couple cards, right? I usually only think about wheels in the first, like, 3 picks or so. Hey, Pony Slay Station, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 79 months there. Unless there's some, like, very deep colors in a pack. Or I'm, like, really looking for some obscure cards. You like the boat, you like the Treasure Cruise. I'm kind of looking at, like, Flicker Wisp and Novice Inspector here. I'm gonna take Flicker Wisp. Good one with the Parallax Wave. Got a few ways of forcing that cat through. If we ended up being like a weird aggro control deck with main deck sweepers, we could use Parallax Wave to actually like save our board and then play the Wrath. Haven't done that with P-Wave in a bit. P-Wave's so versatile. The Singer is a massive knob. Oh no. That Oko's still traveling around, Okay, well, maybe the Warp's interesting. Oh, he's a Tim Pool fan? Oh, what a chode. Well, there's a Mox Sapphire for us. I'm into it. Glad I didn't ditch blue earlier. Now it's an on-color Mox. You think flashing in the Knights is decent? Yeah, you just get like 3 2/2s, right? Doesn't sound good enough for like a 2-card combo. Like, I don't think getting the 3 3/3s is good enough most of the time. It's like fine. Now 3 5/5s. Now we're cooking. 3 5/5s even loses sometimes if your opponent's like playing white and just can go like Owl Swords, and then they just have to trade with a 5/5. But it's still like obviously a great thing to do and wins a lot of games. Does it get the Saga counter when flashed in? I'm pretty sure. There's a good chance we're not able to splash this Oko. We saw the Bant Triumph go by in the second pack, and we got a Hedge Maze here. It's not that big of a deal if we don't end up playing it. We got a bunch of other good cards here. Oh man, there's channel for that Emrakul though. We have Mystical Tutor for the channel. Yeah, mostly looking for fixing. See if it can be a weird Bant combo control deck. I mean, Waterlogged Grove, you can turn 1 Mystical for the channel, and then turn 2, play another green source, channel it up. Hello. Man, I'm wishing I grabbed that Eagles. We'll just, like, not plan on playing Cryptic. And then we only need, like, 7-ish blue sources. Leyline Binding isn't the worst here. Give me 3 mana a lot of the time. Sometimes 2. I think I'm supposed to grab the Stern Scolding. Ooh, Breeding Pool, yes. It's all coming together. If the Breeding Pool wasn't in the pack, I would be on Sheldock Isle, because, like, Worm, Emrakul, come on, it's going to be a good Sheldock Isle. So Bahamut is, like, kind of a terrible card to flash in because you're just destroying something, but it's not the worst one to channel out. Kind of wonder if we can get away with Oath here. How many creatures would I have to cut? Like too many. Yeah, we don't have that many slots. So there's another Ulamog that I could channel. I think we have too many channel targets though if we do that. And the Jetmir's Garden is good fixing, so I'm just gonna grab that. The Nadu doesn't really have any synergies in this deck. The Sentinel's okay. Kind of like the idea of just jamming the Wrath. This only be 7 green sources, which is not really enough. 10 blue sources is great. Could even be trimmed back. Like that's why we cut the Cryptic and stuff. So we could get away with like 7 or 8 blue sources here. And then white here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I'm gonna keep it at 8. It's the most awkward color with Uro here. Yeah, it's just not the best Uro, and that's okay. What did I count blue at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now it's at 9, and green is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I feel like green needs to be 9 for the channel to be like even somewhat consistent. So it could be like 8 white, 8 blue, 9 green. Did I get anything good for the flash? I got the 15/15 Worm, which I think is the best card to flash in. If you play it for green, it seems passable. Yeah, I've played it in channel decks before, though. The fact that it can't hit lands is like huge fucking bummer. Crocus is cute with Uro. It's weird to like keep another land on top, though. It's Memorial Man. I kind of want to like flame him in the chat. Be like, "Oh, you cheap person who would channel Emrakul somebody." Just like rage, just like the fucking like a petulant rage storm, and then turn 2 channel Emrakul them in the in the next game, like Moltwit. That's my kind of humor. There was there's like 1 or 2 other professional streamers here in Madison, and I've only known because I've like, I have taken Uber and heard about them, or I like, years back I was looking for a Blazer to do commentary at an event, and they were like asking me about it, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we have another." Professional streamer that comes in here. Anyway, so I mean, I mentioned that I heard about him in Uber. I was in an Uber ride, right? And the driver is waxing poetic about this professional streamer who was in the car earlier, and he's like, "I just think that's the coolest thing, that someone's good enough out there at video games that they can turn that into a living. You know, that's just like." Man, that'd be so cool. And I was sitting in the back seat, and I was just like, I think those kinds of people are parasites on society, and I think they should get a real job. And he just starts sputtering and like defending people following their passion, and I'm just like not having any of it. Ooh. Do you turn 2, channel out a 9/9, or do you just turn 1 the Ocelot Pride is the real question here. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Fun Battle Grove, thanks for that 10 months there. Oh, man. Well, I guess we're all in on this Ocelot Pride. This band had one of the largest differences from when I first saw them. Because they were at one of the very first shows I ever went to. One of the very first metal shows I ever went to when I was like 15 or 16 years old. I'm like 37 right now or something. So that was a while back. And then I saw them just last year, and the whole tone was so different. Not in like a bad way. Like, they were excellent both times I saw them. But the first time I saw them, they were just like fucking towering over the crowd, right? And I guess I was shorter then. But just like all these like huge, like ripped Nordic descendant dudes up there screaming about like slaughtering all the Vikings in the room and shit. Like just like this huge like intensity. And then when I saw them this time, when I saw them more recently, they were the headliners, right? And they have these huge, like, inflatable, like, they had, like, an inflatable Jormungandr, like, the world serpent to fight. And they had, like, people doing choreographed sword battles on stage and shit. And the lead singer, his pipes are still rip. He's still a great singer. But he's way older now. His beard is gray. He's, like, way more frail. He keeps his shirt on in his shows. And the tone is much more like, we are all Vikings, you know? It's, like, all like, celebratory. Much less menacing. And my shit is not lining up, Well, I guess I only need one more card in the bin for Uro. Terrific. Oh, shit, what up? Hey, okay, Cups, thanks for the sub. Thanks for 78 months there. The perfect draw, yeah, right? Alright, now what? So in terms of mystical tutor targets, there's like a Swords of Plowshares in here. Oh, there's a Wrath of God in here. Did I leave that in? Yeah, I guess that's the play, huh? Yeah, I think they fired off the channel, and then now they've realized there's a Crocus here, and so now they're wondering if playing the Emrakul is worth going to 1 for a time walk. I was not a legend, huh? It's a bummer. We don't have the mana for Fractured. We just gotta get rid of this stupid Wrath, and then make a bunch of Knights again. And that'll buy us a turn to rip like either a land to bring the Uro back. We already drew 3 of our untapped lands here, our tapped lands here. Or we could draw a Worm to flash in. That'd be pretty good. Taking 3, going to 13. We'll be a mana short of being able to channel Emrakul if we rip Emrakul. A mana or a life, however you want to look at it. Oh, is this Corpse Dance? Yeah, fair enough. Hey, Commando's Echo. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 101 months there. Yeah, our draws did not go very well that game. Their Hymnatrock on our turn 2 was pretty brutal. I was like, yeah, there's pretty much no 2 cards so that this doesn't just wreck this hand. No white mana. We do have, like, Emrakul and Worm here if we drew Channel or Flash. And we do have Uro, so, like, any 3rd land, and then we get to, like, loot. I think you keep this, even though it's, like, pretty sketch looking. Hey, Dan, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 3 months. Like, if I mulled this and found, and, like, had the same hand, but without the Ocelot Pride, I'd be like, yeah, this is solid. Solid on 6. We have a bunch of comes into play tapped lands, so I'm going to consider before my land drop here. Yeah. And that'll let me play Uro on 3. Fuck. Fair enough. And ideally... Oh, man. If this Stern Scolding had been a Spell Pierce, this would have just been, like, a very different league, huh? It's like every single game, it's just, like, sitting here while they play some awesome spell, and I'm just, like, staring at it. Just has not been a good run for it. The deck I wish I had? What, the one that can draw a cheat effect and the enabler? That's the one that isn't trash. Why not let that resolve? I'm just sitting here bemoaning how my Stern Scolding's not doing anything. Flash plus a Saga creature sort of works. It's like not really worth 2 cards is the issue. It's like a 2-mana instant speed Vindicate that takes 2 cards sucks. I mean, it doesn't like suck, but it's like it's not like a combo that it's not what you want to do with your Flash. You kind of want that to be a game winner. But it does work. If you played with like a lot of Urza's Saga, you would like think that it doesn't work, but Urza's Saga is weird and different, where it's got like a trigger that comes into play and then gives it to the land, so it can be a regular land. But all of the rest of them just do it, so they work with Flash. How am I liking the Saga Fatties? I was just talking about how I don't like them much at all. Like, I'd be way happier if the 9-drop in this deck was Ulamog. I probably would have won that game, too. Last match, if I had Ulamog instead of this Bahamut. Because I would have gone for it on turn 2 to hit their lands. But because Bahamut doesn't do anything like that, it just destroys one non-land permanent. If this thing hit a land, I'd be way more excited about it. I'd be like, yeah, sure. But it super doesn't do that. It's just not what the card does. So I'm just like consistently unimpressed. I've like hard casted and been unimpressed. I've reanimated it. I've channeled it out. It's just like there's just never been a spot where I was like, ah, yeah, that's the card. Just what I wanted. A 9/9 that can get blown up very easily by anything. Your enchantment hate hits it. Your creature hate hits it. If you have no hate whatsoever, that's okay too. It's just a 9/9. So you'd want to put out the forest here so you can like channel sooner, but instead I'm gonna do this so I can Teferi and leave the Crocus. So there's a really good chance that the Crocus. Oh, it just resolved. Okay, well I'm just gonna uptick then, and I'm still just gonna do this. Yeah, I think we're just in a very good spot in this game. Right, channel into Meteor Golem. But like 9 mana, no value is still unexciting. No reason to have the Mind Stone here. I don't think we're going to be like scolding anything, but there's no reason not to hold it up. Maybe. I guess. Nine mana Muldrifter after waiting 2 turns. Right, assuming that you get to untap with it, which has not been my experience. It just doesn't happen very often. Yeah, I think it might be more. That's another way I'd be more excited about it. If it drew the 2 cards first and then you started blowing up things, maybe. Because then you channel out this 9-drop and your opponent kills it, or you reanimate it or whatever, but you've like drawn your 2 cards. It's like helped you get to the next thing. Because you spent 2 cards to get it into play. Yeah, we want to see what this map token does before we play our land. Again, because we have somebody who comes to play tap lands in the cube. In the deck here. Has Knights of the Round been more impressive? I've seen Knights of the Round win a few games, but I haven't been like stoked about it. That one's like a little bit more exciting to reanimate. So the Besiju really cared about that Caracas, which could mean Minsk and Boo out of this Rug opponent. Which would be fine. Like we have this Parallax Wave to contain it. It won a game this draft for the opponent. Yeah, living through the Wrath of God. I guess not. Some swagger to it. Yeah, and the resiliency, right? Like the reason that it won the game that we played against it in this draft was because of the indestructible. Hold on, it didn't even win that game. The opponent's corpse danced Emrakul, and that's what actually like locked the game up. We were still drawing live against that fucking thing. Twitch chat coming out with revisionist history here. You've had some pretty good Ferris tanks. General Ferris, yeah. Yeah, I've actually had a couple as well. One was Stipped. It's just like a little niche, right? It just doesn't fit many decks, is my issue with it. Hell yeah, Mr. Ajax. Gojira is a band that I got to see on their very first tour of the U.S. Again, when I was like 15, 16 years old. In that same Amon Amarth show I was talking about earlier, where they all opened for Children of Bodom. And then I saw them around 2016, I think it was. Maybe it was 2014. I don't know. It was around there at the Chicago Open Air. So I saw them open and like on their first U.S. tour, and then I saw them playing in the middle of a festival where they were like a mid-tier draw. They weren't like headlining and stuff. And then a couple years ago, I saw them come through here, Madison, where they were headlining, and they just got like all the time and put on like a really sick show. It was very rewarding to watch. Catch their complete evolution. Have I ever made it up for Rockfest? So there are two. That's not the one that doesn't allow you to mosh, right? I think that was Rock USA. But I might be mistaken. It looks like the one I'm thinking of. There was a concert I couldn't mosh at? Yeah, there was this fucking festival that happened fairly close to us here in southern Wisconsin, and they like paywalled moshing. They were like, you can only mosh if you're in the VIP area, and I was like, oh, I am never fucking coming to this festival again. And I hope you all step on a Lego. Which just meant that like nobody fucking moshed. Because the people that like paid extra for their VIP tickets aren't there to go crazy in the pit, right? Otherwise, why would they pay for the VIP ticket? But I think that one went under. Oh, it's happening in 3 days. That's kind of fun. Oh shit! This first day. Look at this first day lineup. Oh shit, I lost it. No, here it is. Yeah, Rob Zombie headlining. Rob Zombie's a hell of a show. But you also have like Knocked Loose there. Which is also like very fun. Those hardcore bands just put on like a very sick live show. They just do a very good job of getting everybody fucking moving. It'll be a cool day. This day is like my kryptonite. So I would like just show up for Thursday and leave Friday. Like I almost don't even want to support a fest that has Marilyn Manson playing. It's so rancid. And Five Finger Death Punch is just... I guess my only real issue with Five Finger is that they're not very good. That's your issue too? Nice. Is Marilyn Manson that bad? Yes. The hardcast Oliphant. Love it. Just the most confident yes ever. You thought his shows were good when he wasn't out of his mind? Okay, well, maybe I've just never had that happen, but his shows have been rancid. actively detrimental to the festivals where I saw him. Like, made the crowds antsy and stuff because he's just, like, not actually entertaining anybody there at all. Terrible vibes. Yeah, that sounds about right, Clamor. The last time I saw him, the whole crowd was there to see Rob Zombie. And there was a storm coming, and we only had time to see one artist. And Marilyn Manson was like, well, I am technically on the bill first, and I will play my set. Like, insisted that he went out, and he goes out, and he just, like, gyrates with a balloon tied to him for the entire set. And it was... We're all just, like, sitting there in silence, realizing that we're not going to get to see Rob Zombie that night. This is it. This is what we get. Just, like, clearly not in a state where he should have been trying to perform. Slurring his words, all that. It was a crazy storm, yes. Who hasn't fought their own guitarist? Yeah, who among us? You were camping at that show? Oh, wild. Your tent will hold together and everything? You think when you fight into guitarist, you're meant to hire someone you're confident you can beat in a fight for that exact reason? Ah. Well, in that case, shouldn't you be finding, like, the toughest guitarist of the pack on your first day as a lead singer? You were scared as fuck and had to evacuate that night when they couldn't get people through the mud? Yeah. That makes sense to me. Yeah, I remember we were out there. People would like walk to the landing, and everybody's ordered Ubers. But like the barricades are getting like torn away by the wind and stuff. And after a bit, we realized that somebody has just jacked our Uber, and everybody's just like getting into like any Uber. Everybody's all ordered an Uber. Everybody's getting into an Uber. Just like, yeah, we're that person. Go, go, go. Well, this looks like a lot of 5-3s to me. Well, you're all going to the same place, Lord Sorry. All the Ubers are going downtown. So we do get some cats. But maybe the Ocelot or the Oko should have turned a cat token to a 3-3. Yeah, I think that's better. I think that's way better in retrospect. It was time to leave. Everyone just like left their tent behind because the rain was so crazy and everyone's stuff was destroyed. Wild. Yeah, I've never been to a fest where it was that bad. Yeah, I mean, that sounds fun, Pearl Pop. Those aren't, like, bands that, like, appeal to me now, but, I'm sure I would have gone and had a good time when I was younger. Oh, yeah, Emily. Hopefully the fest had people to, like, clean it up and such. What up? Hey, DJ Jedi Stop. Jeff, thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 7 months. Happy Sunday to you, too. So if I do this on the Safekeeper, they make, and then I Teferi bounce a token. Or they just, like, let it resolve. I really want to make a cat a 3/3. Guitar Hero kind of stream. Yeah. Maybe not this next track, but... So we can get Uro back, which will draw me a card, but that'll be 3 mana, and I'll be 1 short of being able to play this Wrath of God. I know Uro plays a land. So you got these 4 lands here. Uro plays a land, that's 2 lands. I play a land for turn, that's 3 lands. I promise you. I promise you I'm counting it right. So they didn't want to sack their land there because they wanted to be able to break this Swords to Plowshares. Yeah, I think they got me. The Crocus can still bounce the Titanium. And then if you go to Swords one of their creatures, they would fizzle it. But if you Swords your Uro, you gain 1 more life anyway. The issue is we go up to 15 and we're taking 16. Very close to being able to stabilize there with Mystical for Wrath of God, but slightly short. Let's bring the Sunfall in. Have 1 more of those things. Wonder if Stern Scolding is going to counter anything ever. I think I'm going to cut this Ocelot Pride. Even though I'm on the play here. Oh, you're fine, Mark. No need for an apology at all. Would have lived to pop a token with Oko instead of a Titania. Well, they still have their sack, Bimp. They had a land in reserve there. To sack and prevent something. I was assuming they were going to sack to protect the Titania, make a 5/3. Which they'd been doing, right? And then you can Crocus bounce it and get it out of off the board. Finally. This is a good turn 2. I don't know if y'all know what a good turn 2 looks like, but it's this. Draw the tutor 1 turn before. Yeah, that would have been better. That would have been a better line for sure. Some good 3-mana walkers, right? That's kind of what I was thinking. If we're gonna need a mana again, the Teferi can bounce the Mox Sapphire to reset it. What are the other best 3-mana walkers? Narset has seen a lot of play in like Vintage and Legacy and Modern. Also in the Vintage Cube too, right? Narset's got to be up there. Maybe Liliana's a distant fourth. Ooh.